Hello again. This morning I was looking through my blog, which I haven't actually blogged for quite some time, actually, with my holiday and one thing and another. And I often like to do blog challenges, obviously clean and simple cards. And today I saw one that the challenge was to use a gnome and to use one of 9 rectangles. These imaginary rectangles on your card base. If you imagine 3 columns, 3 rows, you'd get 9 rectangles. So you could use any one of those 9 rectangles for your gnome. So I remembered that I'd got this die set from Charlie and Paulson. I just put things on the back sometimes to remind me which company they came from. I do get in a muddle sometimes. Anyway, kept them all together because some of the bits are really tiny. There's a nose and a moustache there, which, you know, so easily could get lost. So I've kept them as a bunch. And you get 3 bodies, 3 hats, 3 different bodies, 3 different hats, 1 nose and 1 head, beard, eyes, whatever. So I cut them out, and the choice is, do I cut some of the bits that are going to be coloured from coloured card like this? If I was giving him a red jacket, I could cut that bit off and stick it onto the legs. Or do I colour that section? And in my book, colouring gives much more vitality to a piece of card because you can vary the shades of colour that you use. You could add some extra colour to this to shade it, but to start with the white one, I think we might as well go from there. I'm going to do this chap red, and I thought that rather than trying to hold each tiny piece with my fingers or pair of tweezers as I was colouring, I would try to colour it still in the card that it is cut from. I'm expecting that once coloured, I will have to go round the edge to make sure that the sides have got colour on as well. And I thought I would use the first ones that I cut as a bottom layer so I could stack them to make it a bit more dimensional. So the colours I'm going to use for the body, the red body, are Copic markers R59, which is really deep red, maroon sort of colour, and R46, which is a bright red. So let's have a go. I like to have things the right way up, wasn't it silly? And I nearly always, I don't know why, I suppose because my light is on that side, the stand of my light is on my right-hand side, I use that as the light source side. So I'm going to start by doing some of this dark red, and I'm just going to do a line down the right-hand side, underneath this arm, the left-hand side of that leg, the front side of this leg, and underneath that arm. I'm going to do his hands black and his boots black, as though he's got black gloves and black boots. Right, now this is where the markers blend in, go across. Now I'm going to work this join so that the colour that I'm putting on now is diffusing the colour that I put on first. Go down to the bottom of his leg. There we go. Just diffuse this a little bit, blend in the colour. Okay. Do I need to come down so you can see this? Perhaps I do. Let's have a look. Which way do I turn it? This way. There, can you see? Blending the colour in from the dark with the light. Okay, now I'm just going to use plain black for his hands and feet. I'll join that on in a moment. Boots. These look like kind of ankle boots to me. I don't know why. I think the leg is so skinny it doesn't look like there's a boot there. So let me just extend that bit of red a moment. There. Right, let's take a look at him. Can you see? He looks quite a lot more vibrant than just that. Okay, let's come out again. There we go. Right, now the hat, I'm going to do the same thing. He's walking along. I've got to decide which hat would look best on his head. So we'll just pretend we've got his body here. There's his head. Now, which hat do we want? He's going that way. So I think this one. Maybe it goes that way. Looks like he's walking and it's falling behind him. If I do that one, probably looks a bit like he's going the wrong way. Let's have a look. Yeah, I think I'm going to do the spotty one. Okay, so get it the right way up. Do my dark bit underneath here. Down the left-hand side. There we go. And now blend with the lighter colour. Keeping it in this, the die cut card that I started with, just helps to anchor it so I can move it around. But it's all kind of rough and ready. It's no great artistry with this. It's just trying to remember which side your light's coming from and keep it constant. Right, there's his hat. And a bit more on there. Just keep going until you get the blend you like. You can start by using, starting your colouring with a blending brush, a blending marker, and then go over the top of it. But I really that takes colour away, and I really quite like just blending two particular ones there. I'm just going to put a little bit, there's going to be just a slit of his face showing, so I'm just going to colour the top of this. His moustache, where's his moustache gone? Here it is. His moustache is going to cover some of that. Kind of like that. Bring it down a bit more at the sides. Okay. Right, just got to do his nose. There's a nose here. Again, exactly the same thing. A bit of shadow on one side. And the rest is the other shade. Okay. Now, this is the fiddly bit, joining this lot together. I do intend putting 2 layers. So where's the one for him? There he is. I will put some glue on the back, sorry, the front of the one behind. There we go. And then we'll stick him on the top. Just gives a little bit more dimension. There we go. Let's just give this a bit of a wipe here where I've been colouring and gluing and goodness knows what. There we are. Now, the next thing is to put his face. Okay. I will glue the top of this one and put the coloured one on top of that. I've got it red on my fingers. Be careful of that. Give them a bit of a wipe. One way I've found that I can get stains off my fingers is with toothpaste. I don't know why it works, but rubbing a bit of toothpaste on, I can get quite a lot of the colour off. Okay, now we're going to put that on there, and we're going to put his hat on top of that. I'll join his hat to another one the same, just to give that extra dimension. Here we go. Do you know, I've just suddenly thought, I don't know if that's his nose or whether it's just a pom-pom on the end of his hat. I guess you could use it for either, really. There we are. I think I'd rather have it for his nose. It's red now, so it's going to be a nose, isn't it? Okay, that's going to touch just the top. Let's put that. I might put a bit of really strong glue on there because I want it to stay. And having had some colouring on it, it might not want to join too well. I'm going to get it very close to his eyes. There we are. Now, I can stick this bit to his body. Where we go? Oops, wrong way. Let's give him a bit of a jaunty angle, shall we? There we go. Now, moustache. I don't think I'm going to put... Yeah, might as well. Where's his other nose gone? I was going to say, I don't think I'm going to put one on, and I don't think I can because his nose has disappeared. Right, let's just pop his nose on. Putting his nose on first to make sure there's space for it. With his moustache. Right, and the moustache, last thing. There we go. There he is. Now, he's going to go, whoops. He's going to go onto the centre of my card, right about there. And I found this in my Christmas sentiments. It's very old. I don't know what it came from. I think it came with a Christmas car or something, and you could put all these different words on a number plate. So I did wonder about, I've cut one in black and one in white, which I thought I would stack and just put it underneath as something for him to stand on. So let's join those together. One thing I often do with the bottom layer of something like this is to use a bit of double-sided tape on the back, so that once I've got my things aligned all together, all I have to do is peel off the double-sided tape and I can stick it down. So I could do that now, actually. Let me just show you. There's a bit of scrap. There's a bit of scrap. Here's a bit of double-sided tape. Put it on the back. Here is my die. Just got to get one inside the other, which makes the frame for the edge. You can feel when it's in place. Whoops. There we are. Here's my bottom layer. I'm just going to glue this. Going to stick my black one on the top. There we go. Now I can just peel off this double-sided backing. And then I can stick this onto my card. There he goes. Now I can just stick my gnome. Do you know, I'm going to put a tiny bit of foam tape on his hat, because this hat is sitting on his face and his face is sitting on his body, so that is a lot higher away from the base than that is. So if I just put a tiny bit of this on, it should kind of level things up just a bit. So if I put that on there, I think that should even things up a bit. Right, put that on his body, a little bit on his hands, feet. There we are. There we are. Here's my little gnome, my little Christmas chap. There he is. And I've put it on the... Oh, my Lord. I've put it on the back. Right. Next thing to do. Oh, my goodness me. How many people have done this? How many people have done this? Goodness gracious me. Right. That much off that side. That much off that side. That much off that side. And that much off that side. So now I can put this as a panel on the top of a new base. Oh my goodness me. Oh, a day in the life of an old crafter. I hope you've had some fun. I hope you've picked up a couple of ideas. And thank you so much for watching.